Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach to those who have gathered here in our physical sanctuary, to those who are participating in our digital sanctuary. This is not only the beginning of Shabbat, but the beginning of our celebration of Zman Simchatenu, of our festival of Sukkot, the time of our rejoicing. And one of the customs, not only of being in a sukkah and bringing together the four species for the lulav, that we also read from the book of Ecclesiastes. And the Birds took a section of Ecclesiastes and popularized it with music. And on page 664 in our Siddur, you can find the words to turn, turn, turn.
To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven. Time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to kill, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. Verse 2. A time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. A time of love, a time of hate, a time of war, a time for peace, a time you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing, a time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rent, a time to sow, a time to love, a time to hate, a time for peace. I swear it's not too late. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time for every purpose under heaven.
I invite you to take a moment now to offer welcome to one another, to wish each other Shabbat Shalom, Chag Sameach, or a Happy New Year. If you don't know the people around you, introduce yourself to them. It could be behind you, across the aisle from you, far away from you, near to you. There's a time to be far and a time to be near.
A time to welcome.
A time to welcome. On page 663, we have a selection from the festival worship that has been, again, placed to music, talking about blessing, that what we have is, in the season of gratitude and thanksgiving, what we have is blessing. Page 663 at the top of the page.
Levracha velo lekala, lezova velo leratzon, levracha velo lekala, lechayim velo lemavet, lechayim
On page 384, you'll find the blessing for the kindling of the Sabbath and festival lights, page 384, and then also the Shechianu, which we have an opportunity to recite together for first things. And I'd like to invite Karen and Michael, if you'll come forward.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat v'shel Yom Tov.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, shehechianu v'kiyamanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Page 386 for the Kiddush.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen.
L'chaim.
Is only the best juice.
On page 390, at the indent of both the Hebrew and the transliteration, you'll find the words Tzadik Katamar Yifrach Ke'erez Balavonon Yizkeh. This is the righteous will bloom like a date palm, they thrive like a cedar in Lebanon.
Tzadik Katamar Yifrach Ke'erez Balmanon Yizkeh Shetuli B'Shet Adonai B'chatzrot Eloheinu Yafrichu Orenu B'Seva T'Sheni B'Ramanim Yiyu L'Chagi Ki Yashar Adonai Tzuri Lelo
We continue on page 393. I invite you to join me. Teach me, O God, a blessing, a prayer on the mystery of a withered leaf, on ripened fruit so fair, on the freedom to see, to sense, to breathe, to know, to hope, to despair. Teach my lips a blessing, a hymn of praise, as each morning and night you renew your days, lest my day today be as the one before, lest routine set my ways. We continue on page 394. We invite you to rise as you are able for our call to worship.
Yai
page 397. The colors of early evening sky blend and deepen, allowing new lights to be seen twinkling through the branches, the promise that in darkness, new light will be revealed. Ahavat Olam. God loves us with an eternal love, an everlasting love, an abiding love. Page 398. Ahavat Olam. Beit Yisrael. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam Va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Please be seated. We continue responsively on page 405. Doubting is but the forefront of faith, a faith in the infinite growth of an unbounded creation. To doubt that the past has uncovered all things is to express faith that many things are still to be uncovered.
To doubt that we have grown to full stature and knowledge is to express faith that we may develop into beings of such power and dignity that we cannot as yet imagine what shall be.
Page 406. A poem by Alden Salavi, Rejoice. Dance 1,000 steps toward heaven, sing 1,000 hymns of praise, breathe 1,000 breaths of glory, rejoice. Climb 1,000 steps of courage, chant 1,000 hymns of hope, laugh 1,000 breaths of healing, rejoice. Walk 1,000 steps of power, hum 1,000 hymns of life, share 1,000 breaths of wonder, rejoice. Leap 1,000 steps toward beauty, cry 1,000 hymns of joy, feel 1,000 breaths of mystery, rejoice, rejoice. On page 408 and 409, we have this prayer Hashkivenu that asks God to spread over us a sukkah of shalom, a sukkah of wholeness, of well-being. In this season especially, that becomes ever more poignant, ever more embracing, ever more powerful. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. We'll be alternating back and forth between the English on page 409 and the Hebrew at the top, and the top Hebrew, page 408, and then the bottom Hebrew, the Chatima, on page 408. We'll get there.
We will.
Let there be love
and understanding
among us.
Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Try that. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Listen. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu, L'shalom. Try that. Hashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu, Hashkivenu, L'shalom. Baruch atah Adonai, haborei sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim, shalom. Ve'al Yerushalayim, ve'al kol amo. Ve'al Yerushalayim, shalom. Baruch atah Adonai, haborei sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
We continue now on page 468. For the Amidah, page 468, we invite you to rise as you are able. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagita hilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu v'imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, ve'Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el Hagadol, Hagibur v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, Ve'konei HaKol, Ve'zocher Chastei Avot v'Imahot, Umevi Geula, Livnei v'neihem, Lema'an Shemo, Be'ahava, Melech Ozer u'Moshia u'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham, Bezrat Sarah, Ata Gibor le'olam Adonai, Mechaye hakol atarav lehoshia, Morid hatal, Mechalkel chayim bechesed, Mechaye hakol berachamim rabim, Somech noflim, Verofeh cholim, Umatir asurim, Umekayem emunato, Lishenei afar, Mi chamocha ba'al gevurot, Umido melach, Melech memito b'chayeh, Umatzmiach Yeshua, V'ne'eman ata lachayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, Mechayeh hakol. At the top of page 479, please be seated. Your might, O God, renews the earth. With dewdrops of light and blessing, let the earth be illuminated and blessed. Together, with dewdrops of joy and delight, let the earth rejoice and sing out. With dewdrops of life and well-being, let the earth be revived and improved. With dewdrops of redemption, let the earth be redeemed.
Livracha velo likala, lechayim velo lemazer, lisova velo leratzon. Lechayim velo lemavet, lechayim. Lechayim velo lemavet, lechayim, lechayim. Livracha velo lekala, lechava velo leratzon, livracha velo lekala.
We take this moment for the prayers that are not necessarily found written in our prayer books, but the prayers that we each can find written in our hearts in this moment of silent reflection.
Say shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Say shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu. Say shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh Shalom aleinu, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael.
We take this time now to call into our hearts, our thoughts, and our prayers. Friends and family members, members of our community are struggling with illness of body or illness of spirit. It may even be we ourselves who are in need of such healing. And for those participating in our digital sanctuary, we invite you to share the names of the people that you are thinking of in this moment in the comments section. And for those present in our physical sanctuary, if you would like to stand and share the names of the people that you are thinking of, we invite you to do so now. Judy Bartel, Irene Barkin, Aileen Blum, Sarara Korva, Harvey Ezrell, Arnie Fishbane, Susie Fuchs, Sophie Gardner, Gail Garbarsky, Paul Greenberger, Larry Cart, Joel Kaufman, Jim Clapman, Asher Levin, Benita Lojudis, Mark Pierce, Ronald Rubin, Jackie Schiestel, Arthur Sirk, Lindsay Smeagol, Jocelyn Snower, Patricia Weinfuss, Mark Weiss, Beth Weiner, George Wittenberg, Israel Gabriel, Ben Miriam Golda, and Fred Yates. You may find the Misha Berach prayer for healing on page 511. We invite you to join together. Misha Berach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu Mela source of strength, who bless the ones before us. Help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mishe Berach Imotenu Mikor HaBracha Avotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. So I'd like to engage in a little Sukkot study. And I have pages for everyone who's present. I think it's going to be also in the stream as well. There's one page, it's double-sided. If you'll just kind of help each other, make sure that you get one. And I just wanted to explore a little bit further the Arba Minim, the four species that are brought together in what we know as the lulav. Sometimes we call it the lulav and the etrog, but all four together are what we are commanded to bring forth and to utilize as a part of our worship, a part of our celebration of the festival of Sukkot, the Zman Simchatenu. So in the Midrash of Vayikra Rabbah, this is the Midrash to Leviticus, where we have the command to gather together these four items for our observance and celebration of Sukkot. We have this with Rabbi Mani, who opened with the verse from Psalms, all of my bones shall say, Adonai, who is like you? So he continues to comment, this verse was only stated for the sake of the lulav, the four species. The spine of the palm branch is similar to the spine of a person, and the myrtle is similar to the eye, and the willow is similar to the mouth, and the etrog, the citron, is similar to the heart. David said, in all of the limbs there are no greater ones than these, as they are compared to the entire body. This is what is meant by, all of my bones shall say. So this is where we begin to get one of the sets of interpretations of the lulav, representing four different parts of our bodies. And so let's take a look at what that can mean, right? So the lulav, the palm, actually, which is being referred to here, is the backbone. When we hold the lulav, we ask ourselves, what do we stand for? What do we believe in? What drives us to do better? in this world? What motivates us, and what action do we take that represents who we are? So, in this moment, thinking, what do you stand for? What do you stand for in this moment, perhaps on the eve of Shabbat, on the eve of Sukkot? What is the first thing that comes to mind? Justice. Absolutely, right? Now more than ever. Kindness, 100%. I'm sorry? Equality. Good. Good. Right? And so it's not just bringing these things together. It's thinking about what they can mean for us, not just thinking about it representing a part of our body, but what is the deeper meaning for us? And what can that be? And perhaps that is just one thing, or perhaps it's many things. And perhaps that changes as well. The eyes, the hadass, right, the myrtle, reminds us to see the good in the world, in ourselves and in others. We are taught to have an ayin tova, a good eye, striving to judge people favorably, not just to see the good, but to scout it out. Sometimes it's not always so easy to see, and that we can't let our first impression be the only impression. Sometimes to see that good, to see that, as I spoke about during the high holidays, that spark of the divine that resides within all of us. Some people are very good at keeping that hidden. Others shine it forth more brightly, right? So, how do you tend to see the world? Negative, positive, half glass full, or empty? Yeah, Charles.
Two thoughts. One, my favorite physicist would tell you that the glass is always full.
Uh-huh.
Half with water, half with air.
Right, exactly.
Secondly, you could think of that balance as to something akin to a sort of a musar look at it.
Yeah.
Looking for balance between positive and negative.
Yeah, very nice, right? That there is a balance to strive for, and what we think is good or what we label as good and what we label as bad, to find that balance. There's a book that I'm not going to remember the title of. It's a book of aphorisms and stories told through animal characters. And this question is posed: are you a glass half full kind of person, or are you a glass half empty kind of person? And the response is, I'm just happy to have a glass. And I just thought that's a really nice outlook, I think, right? Right? Others? The need for compromise, right? To see that, and to see that it's not about winning or losing, but it's coming to a place where we can be together, right? Absolutely. Good. Yeah, Babette.
Just before I came, I was communicating with a cousin in Brooklyn, and they had horrible rains today.
Yeah.
And he said that they were supposed to go to two different Sukkot over the weekend, both of which had been washed away. And so they were having gatherings inside
Yes.
without a sukkah. And his comment was, but we have a place to gather, and we have a roof, and the inside is dry.
Yeah.
But that was how sad it was that the Sukkot were washed away.
Yeah.
But the good news is that they were together.
Right. And sometimes it's hard to see that, right? I've been pointing out, as talking about my broken shoulder, that there are three very good things. One is I'm right-handed. Two is it didn't need surgery. And three is that Tali didn't bite the face off the dog that she was chasing. So there's definitely three good things that were outcomes there. So the arava, we're told, represents our mouths, the lips, right, in the shape of the willow leaves. The mouth reminds us of the importance of a kind word, a smile, productive conversation, to keep ourselves from idle chatter and uplift our conversations with meaning and purpose, to fill our mouths with Torah, prayer, and kindness. Right? So, what is an example of kind words that you have received recently or that you shared with another person? Yeah, you know.
I will give you
The fire that you need. Beautiful. Beautiful. Welcome. Good. Yes. Shabbat Shalom. Very good, right? Excellent, excellent. Yeah, yeah. Yes, Leslie. Ah, very nice, very nice. Leslie? Nice. Nice. Very nice. Very nice. You can never underestimate the power of a kind word, ever, or a kind act, ever. The etrog is the heart that represents what we are passionate about and what we care about. When we hold the etrog, we are reminded of what we put our whole heart into. It also smells fantastic and fragrant, drawing us close to it, awakening the senses to appreciate the sweetness of life. So what do you love to do? What do you put your whole heart into? Growing tomatoes. And I am happy to put my heart into eating some of those tomatoes. Hint, hint. All right. Raising children. Yeah. Yeah. Zumba. All right. Keeping ourselves healthy. Yeah, in a fun way. Beautiful. Beautiful. Singing in the choir. Ditto. Wonderful. Wonderful. There's so many things. And I just thought it would be interesting for us to take a look at these 4 species. And please, you can look at the bottom question as well and think about it. And these are yours to keep. And I wish all of you a Shabbat Shalom and a Chag Sukkot Sameach, a happy, happy time of our rejoicing. Amen. We continue. There we go. We continue now with Aleinu, page 586. We invite you to rise as you are able.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד. Please be seated. Page 596. When cherished ties are broken and the chain of love is shattered, only trust and the strength of faith can lighten the heaviness of the heart. At times, the pain of separation seems more than we can bear, but if we dwell too long on our loss, we embitter our hearts and harm ourselves and those about us. The psalmist said that in his affliction he learned the law of God, and in truth, grief is a great teacher when it sends us back to serve and bless the living. We learn how to counsel and comfort those who, like ourselves, are bowed with sorrow. We learn when to keep silence in their presence, and when a word will assure them of our love and concern. Thus, even when they are gone,
The departed are with us, moving us to live as in their higher moments they themselves wish to live. We remember them now. They live in our hearts. They are an abiding blessing. For those participating in our digital sanctuary, we invite you to share the names of the people that you are thinking of in this moment. And for those present in our sanctuary, if it is your custom to do so, we invite you to rise as the name of your loved one is shared. We remember the recent passings of Nancy Kessler, Fanny Krashen, Sue Ann Lash, and Robert Romanoff. And just this past week, Norton Diamond, father of Mark and Deborah, Rand and Rhonda, Kirk and Kathy, grandfather of Heather and Joss, Bland, Michelle, Dustin, Ashley and Sean, Jessica, Ben, Alec and Laura, and great-grandfather of Rowan, Ryan, Max, and Frank. And we also call into our hearts the countless civilians killed this week, caught in the crossfire of war, terror, and violence. And the following is your yahrzeit, the anniversary whose death occurred this past week. Bernard Adelstein, Elaine Adler, Ted Ansell, Ron Barron, Matthew Bauman, Rochelle Benjamin, Doris Bernberg, Stuart Blankstein, Harold Block, Helen Bronson, Lola Brown, Earl Dolnick, Jerry Falcon, Edna Fischel, Jerry Gers, Philip Gluskin, George Goldberg, Richard Gurian, Lawrence Hill, Paul Jablo, Eugene Cahan, Philip Karasik, Grace Kellner, Lynn King, Shirley Major, Joyce Matlis, Florence Chevy Mitson, Hyman Mizrahi, Joan New, Pearl Rosenberg, Ed Rothschild, Shirley Rovner, David Salk, Barry Schlager, Nathan Schwartz, Viola Schwimmer, Marie Shane, Esther Simon, Philip Singer, Harold Bud Stickler, Gertrude Warshan, Newman Yanover, Julius Zoll, Sylvia Zimmerman, Dan Zussman, and Sylvia Zussman. Are there other names that we are remembering in this moment? Zichronam livracha. May the memory of the righteous always be for a blessing. Together as one family, we invite you to rise as you are able for Kaddish Yatom, page 598. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei rabbah, bi'alma divra chirutei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael, ba'agala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei rabbah mevarach leolam omei omaya, yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, v'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, shemei dekudsha b'richu, le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechamata, da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen.
Oh, say shalom b'mromav, uyaseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru
May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn and bring comfort to all who are bereaved among us. And together we say, Amen. Please be seated.
Shabbat Shalom. I'm Babette Sanders. I'm a member of the Temple Jeremiah Board of Directors. So Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach. It's nice to have a double reason to be here tonight. Sukkot and being in the Sukkot certainly brings back fond memories of with my family decorating a Sukkot that was on a roof in New York City when I was growing up, because there was no green space to have a wonderful Sukkot, and here in Temple Jeremiah as well. Condolences to the Rand family, and congratulations. We have 2 B'nai Mitzvot tomorrow. Congratulations to the families. There's so many wonderful events happening at Jeremiah. I'm not going to go through them all. This weekend, on Sunday at 9 o'clock, is the J-Quest Social Justice Family Day and a Brotherhood Open House. And at 10:45, there's a Sukkot Festival. And that's just this week alone. And then starting Monday, right? Java in the Hut. How much better can it get than to have coffee in the hut every morning next week at 9 o'clock with Rabbi Cohn? And based on the weather forecast, sounds like that might, at least the beginning of the week, might be a pretty good thing to do. So please read through the Thursday email that comes. And today in my snail mail, my regular mail, was this wonderful folder that somebody else is shaking their head, you got it also. So if it didn't come today, it should be coming soon, of all the events actually between now and January. So take out your calendars and mark those events, because there's some wonderful ones. So again, Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Thank you, Babette. And Simchat Torah.
Next Shabbat.
Next Shabbat.
We get to keep double celebrating.
Yes, yes. So please come and dance with the Torah. We have the opportunity to do a reprise of Turn, 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 page 664. Please rise and remain standing as you are able for our closing blessing. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, turn, turn. And a time to every purpose
Under heaven.
Bruchim ayinu bevoenu, bruchim nihiyeh b'tzeitenu. Blessed are we as we gather together to welcome Shabbat and to begin our celebration of Sukkot. Blessed may we be from this time and always. Shabbat Shalom and Chag Sameach.
Chag Sameach.